In this lesson, we'll be working on the project 11H. Changing motion settings in the Motion tab is numerical and precise, but sometimes you just need to eyeball it. So Final Cut allows you to manipulate your clips graphically in the canvas. Double-click this clip, and in the View pop-up menu, make sure Image plus Wireframe is selected. The wireframe is what lets you grab the clip and do stuff to it. Let's change the position. Hit A for the selection tool and drag the clip to a new location. Note the X and Y values have changed in the Motion tab. Click the red X beside any group of parameters to reset them. Change the scale of the clip by going to a corner, and when you see the crosshairs, click and drag. The clip scales proportionally, maintaining the aspect ratio. To turn this off, hold the Shift key as you drag. You can scale over 100% in the canvas by hitting Z for the Zoom tool and option-clicking the canvas to zoom out. Hit A for the selection tool, and again, drag from any corner. Hit Shift-Z to fit the clip to the window. And in the Motion tab, hit the red X again to reset. And reset Distort to go back to the original aspect ratio. With the selection tool active, mouse over an edge instead of a corner point. When you see the circular cursor, drag to change rotation. To constrain rotation to increments of 45 degrees, add the Shift key. Hit Reset Basic Motion. You can hit C for the crop tool. Drag from any edge to crop from one side, or from a corner to crop two adjacent sides. And add the Command key to crop parallel sides. Hit the red X here to reset the cropping. In the tool palette, click and hold the Crop tool to reveal the Distort tool, or use the shortcut D to select it. Now drag from any corner. And note the changes in XY values in the Motion tab under Distort. Reset. And hold the Shift key while dragging on the lower right corner to distort all four corners at once. The corner you drag toward gets closer, and the opposite pair spread apart. Hit the Distort Reset button. You can also use the Distort tool to change the anchor point, which is at the center of the clip by default. Just drag it to the lower left and see how it changes rotation and scaling. Now reset Basic Motion and the Distort parameters. So how does changing a motion parameter in the canvas affect your keyframes? It's simple. If no keyframes are set for that parameter, none are added. But if you've already set at least one keyframe, and you make a move in the canvas at a different playhead position, a keyframe is automatically added. Let's try it with Distort. At about a second into the clip, click all four Insert Keyframes buttons for the corner positions. We won't change the values. The keyframes just ensure that everything behind this point is undistorted. Advance 1 second. Hit D to make sure the Distort tool is selected, and drag the upper right corner to the upper left. Note the additional keyframes that have appeared in the Motion tab. If the corner points get stacked up, just position them roughly at first, and go back and refine once you've moved the upper left corner to the upper right. Advance 1 more second. Now, swap the lower right and lower left corners. If you need to, you can clean up the positions in the Motion tab. And remember, when it comes to working in the canvas or working in the Motion tab, it's not either or. They're meant to work together, so you can make general adjustments in the canvas and clean them up in the Motion tab if you want to be precise. Keep all the positives and negatives as they are, and make sure they read plus or minus 360 for x, and plus or minus 240 for y. Now play it back. Before moving on to the next lesson, set some initial keyframes for other parameters in the Motion tab. Then, adjust them in the canvas with the techniques we've been talking about.